These numbers are put together by teams of literally hundreds of people following detailed procedures that are in manuals. This is the stuff of democracies giving way to authoritarianism.
And this is the action of a petulant child. Like, you give me bad news, I fire the messenger.
When he's trying to weaponize the Bureau of Labor Statistics, that tells you a lot about their insecurity about the economy.
The commissioner doesn't see the numbers until Wednesday before they're published. By the time the commissioner sees the numbers, they're all prepared. They're locked into the computer system. I was commissioner, and I was sometimes locked out of the process.
It is exactly the sort of thing people warned would happen if Donald Trump was reelected, especially after he publicly told his own supporters during his first term not to believe what they see and read and hear, that it wasn't what was actually happening. And now here we are, the worst case scenario, when lies and manipulation aren't just a political strategy, but become the policy of the United States federal government. Trump again today defended his decision to shoot the messenger following a poor jobs report, a, quote, rigged one, he suggested today without a scrap of evidence. He also said he'd find a replacement for the Labor Statistics Commissioner he abruptly fired. Said he would do that quickly. Now it's on his Republican colleagues to defend him, as they always do in Congress and in his administration. Watch the director of the National Economic Council, Kevin Hassett, squirm a little bit when asked direct questions about this.
Is the president prepared to fire anyone who reports data that he disagrees with?
No, absolutely not. The president wants his own people there so that when we see the numbers, they're more transparent and more reliable.
Do you have any hard evidence that these numbers were wrong?
Yeah, there is very hard evidence that we're looking at the biggest revision since 1968.
Are you going to present
if
that
you
evidence?
look at the number itself, it is the evidence.
But just saying it's an outlier is not evidence, Mr. Hassett.
It's a historically important outlier. It's something that's unprecedented.
Still
so unprecedented
it's still
that
not
I've been looking at it
though.
for 40 years, and I'm like, it must be a typo.
Importantly, there is no evidence that there was anything worthy of doing what Trump did. Joining our coverage, CNBC senior economics reporter Steve Leisman's back, and former deputy national security advisor to President Obama, MSNBC contributor Ben Rhodes is here. Steve, take me through your thoughts as this action hasn't just sunk in, but been defended by Trump's spokespeople.
Yeah, that's one of the more disheartening parts of all this, because guys like Kevin Hassett, I got to say, got to know better. These revisions are part of the normal process. What's happening is a bureaucrat in the government is being punished for telling the truth, for taking the numbers that were initially reported. They get more data as time goes by, and they tell you what actually happened. It is a shocker of a report. Those 258,000 downward revisions to the prior reports is a big deal. It has changed the view on Wall Street of what might be happening in the jobs market. It's probably having a big effect at the Federal Reserve, because it was always a puzzle. You had growth coming down. You had consumer spending coming down. Why weren't jobs coming down, too? Well, it turns out they were. And just to echo what William Beach said, I talked to Erica Grosjean, the former commissioner, over the weekend. She said, they don't get this report. This report is done by hundreds of people. And then 40 final people have get involved in crunching the data. A lot of it is automated, and then it's handed to the BLS commissioner. So you kind of fired the wrong person if you fire that person. The other thing, Nicola, that always has struck me about these charges, which crop up from time to time, that there's politics behind these numbers. If the government is so good at having a conspiracy to change the numbers involving so many people, we probably ought to be giving government more things to do, because they're way more competent than we thought.
So much of the reaction that you bring to us from the titans of American business and industry is cautious, waiting to see, taking what they like from Trump. Does that remain the mindset, or did this change their view of what the next 3.5 years will be like?
Well, there is concern I'm reading from people that you know, the next person, that they might mess around with it. The thing that Kevin Hassett, among the things he has wrong, is that the policy is actually very transparent. If they start making changes with it in ways where the numbers don't add up, they're going to have a big problem. So it's going to be difficult, I think, for them to mess with the data. But it is very important, and Wall Street would be very concerned if the data would appear to be messed with and not be as reliable as it possibly can be. But the bigger focus, actually, and a lot of folks are reporting today, is Wall Street isn't buying the political argument. They're buying the jobs are weaker argument. And that's really the area of concern out there, which is how weak are jobs and how weak are the economy. That's the abiding concern of investors today.